word comes from the Greek language and means swampy. Syracuse and Sicily in general was very swampy, and malaria was a very common disease. Problem that we solved in our 30s when Mussolini decided to import on purpose from Australia eucalyptus trees. Now malaria is no more. Mosquitoes are still there, but malaria is no more. Okay? So we will enter this way.
What?
You get the YouTube to work?
Yeah, I had to update it. You ever want to carry a lighter bag, Dad?
Huh?
You carry such a heavy bag.
No, it's not heavy. I unload it. I travel with it. It gets heavy. I load everything in my.
All right, I am at a archaeological site in Syracuse, Sicily.
We are here to visit the Roman amphitheater. This is the Greek theater. This is the part where the quarries are. And this is the longest altar of the Greek time, not even in Greece, almost 200 meters long. From here you can really realize how large had to be the amphitheater. Now we have just a part that is mostly sculpted into the rock. That's why they couldn't dismantle like a quarry. So when we enter the amphitheater, actually we will be half the way up. Because it was like that. You can notice better with the aerial photographs. Okay? Tickets, it shows where the tickets.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in Syracuse, Sicily, and this is an archaeological site. So very cool. Take a look. Just follow me on this adventure while I kind of show you around this area.
This is evergreen, and it's the same pepper tree. That's how it's called. Because the real pepper plant is another one. It's very clingy, it contains an oil. But the finished pepper, you see, are the seeds of this tree, evergreen. And now this.
So we are right there.
So I explain in the shade anyway. Consider that if the amphitheater would be still entire, would be higher than the eucalyptus trees that are growing around. So the Greeks, by the way, didn't have any amphitheaters because the Greeks didn't have any gladiator games. Amphitheater should be elliptical, two theaters watching each other, because amphitheater means to watch from all around. And the gladiator games started to be organized in the area of Neapolis to celebrate the death of personality. And soon they realized that the enthusiasm was incredible because Romans like to watch what they can fight. So they got the brilliant idea to keep the most interesting.
Alright, this is wicked cool.
Exactly like we watch in television, super programs, not to think of the tactics. Much more cruel. But it was so important to distract people that the Romans distributed in the whole empire almost 230 amphitheaters. Gladiators used to be great, but there was also people who did it like a career because they were well fed. They could eat for sure and for free. Or the ones who didn't pay their debt were taken out of prison and compelled for a while to be gladiators if they didn't die in the meantime. Well fed, muscled, full of scars, but they really got a lot of sex with women. Also married women used to visit them in the night before the fighting in order to discuss about philosophy, mathematics. It was the last cigarette. They didn't smoke at the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Gladiators come from gladius. Gladius was a short sword, but there were at least 20 different dressed ones with different tools, in general called gladiators. Juvenal, a sarcastic poet of the Roman time, tells us that women appreciated the short sword of the gladiators. We don't know exactly which one. Yeah? So they should wound each other, but not kill the other one, because the life somewhere was already lost. Who decided? Not the public, who didn't even pay an entrance fee, but the ones who financed. An emperor, a judge, a politician who wanted to buy votes and make propaganda. Who knows what we should organize nowadays? When they are almost ready, they should act. These gestures were invented in Hollywood, I'm sorry. Because it was in news, but in the cinema. Approved, not approved. Emoji, approved, not approved. Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
In the amphitheater, open hand to rescue them and kiss to let them die.
Okay. I am in Syracuse, Sicily. We're taking a tour right now of this archaeological site. It is pretty massive. There's an amphitheater that's right over here that I'm going to take y'all to. So just kind of stay tuned with me. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking because I have a tour guide. So definitely join me on this adventure. I'm in Syracuse, Sicily.
Not that bad. Another tiger from India to Rome. Can you really imagine this? Even if there were ships from India to Rome, at the end of the Roman Empire were almost no lions left in North Africa. Many sea lions were completely exterminated, extinct. 230 amphitheaters, in use several times a month. 2 centuries long at least. Thousands of animals swam, bears from the north, crocodiles, elephants, ostriches, of which maybe 1/5 got alive because they already died along the way in order to die. And when nowadays in Canada they kill 300,000 seals to get a fur. And how they kill them on that? Are we the difference? Or recently in Europe, I don't understand exactly why, because of that they told me they massacred the whales and dolphins. So, I mean, the public itself, supporting one gladiator or the other one, wounded each other. For this reason in Pompeii, Pompeii, the Emperor Nero wanted to close the amphitheater 10 years long. He said, it's too dangerous. And they closed 2 years. Like the hooligans in our soccer stadium, we are still the same stupid ones. Nothing has changed. I'm afraid that this is already the second conclusion of the whole story I'm going to tell you. Nothing has changed. So, down there you can see the arena.
So over here is an amphitheater. As you can see, it looks like we have a fallen person down right there. We have a pretty wicked cool head right here. And then I'll zoom in. Have a body down there.
The part that was built with blocks was dismantled like a smaller. And you can see next to the arena opening because there is a tunnel.
So yeah, back to this. So we're looking here, and here's the amphitheater here. It's really massive. So now we go this. Okay, so we're going this way.
Are we going this way?
I don't know. She's going this way. I don't know. I'm confused, but I guess we're not walking around.
I mean, yeah, I guess you can if you want.
I mean, this place is huge.
Yeah. We're getting to it. She's just telling us stuff in the shade, I think.
Well, she's walking all the way back up the stairs, so I'm a little confused.
I don't know.
I don't know if we're going that way versus do we continue on walking this way?
Haven't a clue.
I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna stop you if you walk that way.
I'm gonna lose the tour. Dad, I'm confused. Do we keep going down that way?
She's up here.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, we just stopped there and that was it. So I'm curious what we're doing. I'm trying to figure out if we're gonna continue walking, if we're gonna go up here. I mean, this place is pretty big. I don't know. Hey, Dad, you want to ask if we gonna walk around there? Cause I'm gonna go walk around there. Yeah. Are we going up there? Well, okay. Okay, we're going up. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Okay. All right, Chad. We're gonna go walk around. I want to go see more of this. It kind of sounded like that we were gonna end it right there, but I want to see more because my angle's not the best. Okay, so let's go. We're gonna go walk around this whole thing and figure it out. So look at that head right there. That's pretty freaking sweet. All right. Should get a little more information on that, but I want to continue looking all around this place. It's absolutely beautiful here. All right, look, we got some more beautiful stuff from the Greeks. Look at all this. Look at this amphitheater. Okay. I'm guessing I can scan this to get more information. Oh, wow. Look at that amphitheater over there. It's a pretty sick amphitheater. I'm just gonna continue trying to walk this whole thing and get as much cool stuff as I can. I hope my camera's not shaky, but what's up, chat? What's up, 7 people tuning in right now? Oh, we got a pretty sick face over here. That's really cool. I'm not 100% sure what's going on down there. Maybe we go down there. This is telling me that the exit is this way. So, wow, look at that, yo. Look at that, chat. Look at that, that's so cool. That's a sweet face, but we're gonna continue on going down here. Kind of see where this takes me. Oh, let's go look at this statue. Okay, so it's basically just, oh, so this guy's completely fallen over. It's crazy. He's like almost hollow on the inside. It's pretty mind-blowing, and he's got what looks to be a set of wings. I wonder if it says kind of what this is. Oh, this is the, okay. It says right here, this is the Gabe Alta winged legs. Oh, look at that, that's crazy. Wicked crazy. And like I said, it looks hollow on the inside, which is pretty wild. Pretty wild to me. And I'm assuming this just kind of wraps around. This is the torso of a car. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to read it just for a sec, but let's see. This guy seeks freedom. We met him. Okay, so let's see. Dionysius, a slave in the stone quarries, searched for himself in the dialogue with his humanity, his despair, and his hope for the redemption works 11, 12, 13, and now Acaro has escaped, but something about him crumbles, exhausted by justice. His legs, powerful and heavy, are anchored to the earth. They seem unable to free themselves. And they find their wings right next to the altar of Heron, where the temple of Zeus, Eleuthерus, Jupiter, liberator, once stood, the place that celebrated the liberation from Dionysius. Man, that's struggling a little bit on trying to pronounce some of that. And we got my pops over here getting photos. Why do we go?
Because you got to walk around and then meet her back up there.
Is she gonna take us more around here, or is this over with the tour for her?
No, we're other places we're going to see in Syracuse. But
Right. Well, yeah, but
well,
where does this go? This just wrap around?
Nowhere. It just goes back to the
Okay. Well, let me just take a look around the corner. Trying to get a grasp on exactly what's going on right now, because I don't really want to miss anything cool here. So we're about to leave and go to another cool site, and just kind of tour around. And then I think eventually we will slowly make our way back to Catania. But today we're spending the whole day in Syracuse and Norto. So kind of stick with me on this journey. Yeah, this basically just kind of wraps back around. I don't know how much I want to walk all the way over there, but it looks beautiful in the backdrop. So, what's up, chat? Anybody want to say something in the chat? I hope my comments are enabled, because ain't nobody speaking. So, yeah, man, if you in the chat, say something. Let me know my comments are working, because I'm kind of confused right now. Okay, let's see if I can do any retouch on. I don't want to retouch. All right, we back. Continuing on this journey. Yo, if you sitting there watching this right now, say what's up.
Coach was going to come meet us. He's in the restroom, so. We walk around. If you want to. It's going to be higher elevation right there, but it's going to take a longer time. We'll just go back. It's all you're going to see is the back side of this. Yeah. That's where we came in. We meet her back up there. Let's go back.
Okay.
I'll meet y'all. I'm gonna do it quickly. I'll be back.
All right, I'm following my brother on this loop because this is great content.
Good point.
What?
Make a good point, huh?
Yeah, at first I was confused. Like, wait a minute. We got to keep walking around just a little bit. That was a little fast. I mean, she definitely explained it. It's only but so much you can see.
We should have paused right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, yeah, so this is wicked cool. Look at this view. And there's the person that's fallen over.
Wings of an angel. Huh. Look at that underground passage and all that.
We got another winged person right here. We got some type of underground thing right there. We got the little cave systems over here. We got another fallen head.
Yeah, we don't have to go all the way up there. This is
Pretty impressive. I mean, it just loops. It's another way to exit though. But it's more okay. So we're gonna continue on.
This way.
We're gonna look.
Come here. You won't regret it.
And now I'm gonna keep walking this way, see what else is going on over here. But I mean, look at all these old structures, and we have another face that I get to take a look at. So that's wicked cool. What's up, chat? What's everybody up to? Yo, if you're watching this stream right now, where are you watching from? Because I'm right now in Syracuse, Sicily. I'm at an archaeological site from the Greek era. So this is definitely wicked cool and worth it. You know, there's, the road. But we're gonna keep walking because we have another little spot over here. And I don't know if I can walk. I'm just gonna kind of stay on here. I'm not gonna completely walk over there, but that's wicked cool. Wicked cool. Super cool. So yeah, what's up, chat? What's up? Yo, if you in the chat and you watching this right now, say hi. And if you can't say hi, then I think my comments are turned off. I don't know. So I'd love to see somebody say something as a comment to like give me notice, to let me know that my comments are working. But if nobody says anything, then I'm gonna start thinking that my comments are turned off, which shouldn't be. I'm not 100% sure how to edit either right now. Ooh, I do not want to do a green screen. Woo. Sorry, y'all. So let's see. Oh, I can start a poll. Let's see. Bam, let's start this poll. There we go. Yes, no. Anyways, I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna go back, meet my parents. And we're gonna keep on with this journey. There's my brother and his girlfriend. We got 0 votes in the chat right now. Man, nobody liked to speak, but it's okay. Look at this amphitheater. This is so cool to see right there. Take a look at that. Wow. Wow. To think that that's all carved. Yeah, to think that's all carved out of marble, that's pretty impressive right now. So right now I'm headed back to go find my parents, gonna meet up with them, and we're gonna see what's going on. I'm pretty Pretty excited for this adventure today. It's gonna be really cool. So I'm in Syracuse. I'm staying in Catania, Sicily. So this is about an hour drive. My dad did hire a tour guide that came and picked us up at 8:30 a.m. Right now it is 10:06. So we are just kind of going around exploring Syracuse, Noto. So yeah, join this adventure and let's go. It's also a very beautiful day out here right now. Looks gorgeous all around this archaeological site. I have a feeling after this we're gonna go somewhere else and not here. But very cool. All right. Slowly walking back, chat. That down there, look how everything is just, how they made everything like blocks. Like, it's so cool. Beautiful tree right here. I really want to know if these comments are working or not, but it's cool, whatever. At the end of the day, I can't tell. So, hopefully I see Nick and his girlfriend, but honestly, they're kind of slow right now. But she also had to use the restroom, so that's why. We got the beautiful stairs that go down that I honestly cannot take. Still waiting to see where the heck Nick is. He's gotta be. So we were straight over, I don't want it to focus on my hand, but we were straight there, walking around. So, I'm just waiting for him at this moment. But I don't know where he's at right now. So, we're just gonna look at some old structures. Look how they carved that. Some more fallen pieces. Yo, if you in the chat, take the poll. Let me know if the comments are working. But yeah, it's a beautiful place. I am in Syracuse, Sicily. This is an archaeological site from the Greek era. Very, very cool. So let's see. Boom. Okay, there we go. That's how I do it. I didn't know how to do a poll. This is the first poll I did. So I did a poll if the comments are working. I did the yes or no. I know we got 0 people in the chat, but it's okay. This area is beautiful. Still waiting for Nick and his girlfriend. And I can see them now, so they're slowly coming. But this area is very, very, very beautiful. It's a hot day out here. Now over here, I'm a little confused as to what these were used for in the Greek eras. Not 100% sure, but very beautiful. This tree is gorgeous. All these statues, these monuments, everything in here is so sweet. So if you're just hopping in the chat, hit up that poll. Give me that advice. Otherwise, enjoy this. This is a Greek amphitheater in Syracuse, Sicily. So wicked cool. We'll show you the map. This is the map. Obviously, the Sicilian flag. We are right here overlooking this beautiful amphitheater. So yeah, now I'm gonna kind of continue onwards. I got another tour over here. We're actually on a tour right now. And now we're just waiting for Nick and his girlfriend, which is my brother. Then we're gonna continue onwards. What's up, chat? It's hot out here. We're at a beautiful spot. I'll show you some cool flowers. It's a beautiful spot. We have a tour over there. We're currently on a tour right now. Here comes Nick and his girlfriend. But okay, chat, we're about to move onwards. Okay, we're back with the group right now, everybody. We're gonna continue onwards.
There's a little overlook right, like, from here to this wall right here, from where you guys stopped.
They don't like it changing, they don't want to be skipped.
And you just see everything. It's not, I don't know, it just gives you a good view of the whole thing. It was cool. You walked on a little bit, and there's another little art head statue, but then they kept continuing on and made it all the way.
This is our lovely tour guide right now.
I wanted to show you here that we have a column, and we call the columns like this fluted columns. Okay? And the Greeks always wanted to have fluted columns, and they carved them when the column already stood up, with a thread and the weight. They could draw the lines and you could sculpt the flutes. Especially, you see, if a column was made of different pieces. If they had carved in advance the flutes and later on putting them together, they hadn't matched perfectly, it would be painful. Sculpture is sculpture. So we can know if a Greek temple was not finished when the columns don't show the flutes. In case no time, no money, a war, and whatever. The Greeks, fluted columns. The Romans copied fluted columns. But the Romans were very pragmatic. For very hard building materials like granite, for example, they told themselves, you know, so smooth columns must be Roman. It's really rare that we have unfinished ones. Then, this is marble. And marble is actually a material that the Greeks imported just like powder to stucco, you see, the limestone columns of their temples and let them look made of marble like in Greece. The Roman historian Cicero described one of the temples in Agrigento like the most beautiful Greek marble temple he'd ever seen. Convinced in the Roman time the Greeks built with marble. Now one knows it is stuck with all brown, but the Romans could. With techniques I'm going to tell you, you have to imagine the effort to get these building materials from the colonies, ship them, and for example in Taormina, once the harbor full up on there. That's why most of such buildings were completely dismantled. Exactly like the Pope decided to dismantle and recycle the building materials of Colosseum to build St. Peter Church. But don't forget that this kind of buildings hadn't been used for centuries. Why should I re-import, rework precious building materials, abandoned and ready in centuries? Nowadays would be a scandal, but not at the time. And by the way, in Sicily, we do have marble, a huge quarry, northwest in Trapani. But they didn't know. Not even the Romans knew. Started to be used in the middle of the 16th century. That's why when you see marble in the ancient buildings, must be imported by the Romans. Because the Greeks imported just small pieces to make a statue, but not to build something. So, over here we have tombs, sarcophagus. That means the stone eating the body. Sarcophagus. Because when they opened the tombs, there was just a skeleton left. Like the stone had eaten the body. And that one, half open, you see, it's marble. You will not see
Another face over here. Wicked cool. Wicked cool.
That's awesome. Jesse's gonna love that. He, 6. So he loves everything about
etymology. Right, yeah. So the tombs you see are so large, not because the bodies were short, but they needed room to put all the things that accompany.
So basically, this is a coffin, and so is the. So it's pretty wild. Super cool. So okay, yeah, you can't hear me because I muted myself. Oh, I do that all the time. This is a poisonous plant. I'm in Catania, Sicily. Thank you. You can hear me. I'm gonna end this poll. That's good. At least I know you can hear me. Oh, I have no humidity in Colorado. Okay, so this is very cool. Let me get back to this. Let me just show you, since I got two people on right now. Let me show you the cross. That's the T-shirt with the cross.
Hey, your picture's probably a little better than mine on that one.
I wonder
Look
how,
at that. That is insane.
I wonder when that was done because it looks more modern than other stuff.
We got some beautiful flowers. All right, we're continuing on this archaeological site. I just gotta make sure I don't mute it. I keep muting myself because I hold my phone with my right hand and it's right next to the mute button. But okay, so I'll give you a little map tour of kind of where we're at. So actually, I really don't see where we're at, but I basically just, oh, we're over here. So I just kind of showed you this area of the amphitheater. And now it seems like we're walking, so continue onwards, because look at this. This is insane. I mean, look at all this. We got more over here.
And you can see on the top ruins of a house. Can you imagine people climbing there every night to go back home? Of course not. This is what is left.
Look at that over there.
That's why you see spread around all these pieces of the ceiling. In that cave,
It's insane over here. Look at this. You will not find this in America. You will not find stuff like this in America, I'll tell you that. But this is incredible. It's beautiful. These sites are incredible. Okay, I'm gonna go back to this tour that we're on.
from time to time, a volcanic island appears and collapses again. The first time we noticed this was 1841, when the English, the French, and Spanish colonists wanted to catch this island. Each of them put a flag on it. Thank God in 1 year it collapsed and disappeared because the diplomatic war was already around the corner. Human beings are stupid, you know. And this is proof that something is moving. In fact, we got at least two big earthquakes in this area. One in the middle of the 1693. And had to be terrible anyway. That part hadn't collapsed because it was very thick.
Yes.
The rest collapsed. That's why you see at the top of the pillar this kind of ruins of a Spanish house. Anyway, you can also notice
I have a Spanish house on top.
Because this was the way that they got building materials. The upper part of the quarries were not in use because of the use of the so they prepared like kind of trenches and then they went underground, leaving like kind of stairs, and usually the size of a step was the size of a block of stone. And they could work like there, in the shape of these slaves, okay, in the shape, and the more you went underground, the denser and more compact and humid, easier to be cut was the stone. So, how could the Greeks cut stone? In a very simple, stupid way. They used very dry wooden wedges. And they put it to the rocks with hammers, because iron was already known. Then they made a wall. The swelling, the fiber wood could break the stone, which is what the roots of the trees actually do. Simple, but smart to observe the phenomenon. Once they got the block of stone, how could they get square and smooth all the sides? This was harder. They used ropes made of hemp.
Ah, my pants are made of hemp.
Eventually we can
Hemp pants.
many other more
Yeah.
interesting uses and very strong fibers.
Right.
They mix inside pieces of obsidian, which is this black volcanic glass from Lipari. We use now to cut stone wheels with the powder of diamonds.
Yeah.
But the idea was the same. Can you imagine how long it took, how many slaves they needed to cut a block of stone like that? So,
A lot.
Anyway, so these are called the quarry of paradise. Paradise because it's now a kind of garden, and in means paradise means garden, but was not a paradise when the 7,000 soldiers from Athens were closed inside like slaves. Okay, so in the upper part of this platform where the houses are, you have to imagine used to be temples, of which just the foundation is actually left. And here we have the longest altar for sacrifices of the ancient Greek time, not even in Greece.
So this is the longest altar for the Greeks, largest place to be sacrificed. Pretty well.
One of the largest amphitheaters of the Roman time, the largest fortress of the Greek time, outside the town, not another town. They needed such a surface because just the temples were outstanding buildings. The rest was ground floor. So in the skyline of towns, you could see at once the temples. Anyway, so imagine that missing is the part with columns and the roof. This was inaugurated by the last tyrant of the town, historians tell us, Nero II. Shortly after he died, the town was besieged by the Romans and conquered when I think the newspapers had 212 before Christ. But for the inaugurations, the historian tell us that was made the hecatomb. 100 animals were killed concurrently. Cows, bulls, oxen, lambs, goats. You have to imagine painted horns, necklaces of flowers. They were brought up here where the platform used to be. They cut the jugular, they purged the blood, so fertility could go back to the earth. The entrails and the fat parts of the animals were burnt, so that the cloud smoke could tell in Olympus there they were making a sacrifice. Otherwise they couldn't notice, no sense. The rest of the animal was cut in pieces, grilled on a barbecue and eaten. So to the gods the entrails, and for us the meat. One of the few chances to eat meat, because they got legumes and vegetables and bread and fruits and cheese and fish and chips. Chips not yet, but not so often meat. Because they needed the animals to work the earth, get meat, make cheese, okay? So, and they dismantled, but the part that is sculpted in the rocks is still there, that's why. Now we will go and see the quarries.
Ooh. Okay, next stop, quarries.
You like to be famous? You like to be famous?
What?
You like being famous?
I like being in the spotlight. Yeah.
I mean, many people will see this.
Yeah, well, no, I only have like 316 followers. But I YouTube this whole year. Yeah.
So you have to manage. I should look thinner.
Well, I try not to get you and just kind of focus on me.
I have to look thinner.
Yeah.
Not younger, thinner.
Yeah. But I live
you have to manage.
I live in Thailand, and they live in America.
In Thailand.
Yeah, I live in Thailand, so I'm like,
beautiful country.
Oh, so beautiful. So I YouTube all of Thailand. I'm out there training Muay Thai. So I just met them in Sicily. I haven't seen my parents in like 5 months. Yeah. But I have a dog
What's your job in Thailand?
What?
What's your job in Thailand?
I took this whole year off. I have no job right now. I took this year off to do YouTube. Yeah, to focus on content creation.
Okay, this will bring. Yeah, we turn this way.
But eventually I have to go back. My mom's watching my dog and cat. So she's got a zoo at her house now.
Show the tickets here?
Dad?
Hold on, he's coming. He's coming. One minute.
He's bringing them right here.
Yep. Do you have become?
I can't do video? No video?
No video.
Oh no.
For me.
Oh yeah, no. Well, it's oh okay. Yeah, no, it's on me right now. Yeah, I'm on YouTube Live. So. Okay. Okay, chat. We continue.
Here is A.
That's everywhere we go, huh?
Yeah.
Mulberry tree. For the production of silk was imported by the Arabs.
Oh, look at this tree. Like.
The worms of the silk just eat these kind of leaves before they split. Okay? Cool. Mulberry.
So silkworms eat this kind of tree.
They use the leaves
Oh, yes. Oh, we have another beautiful statue here. So, look at this. This is all beautiful.
We can hear you.
All the trees were imported by the Greeks. You see the new olives?
Oh,
They
yeah.
are green and they will turn black once they ripe.
This is an olive tree. Beautiful.
Olive trees because they found here wine wheat and later granary of Rome, cypresses and carrots and
Wow.
grapes. Thank God. There was no wine. You can turn this way.
Okay, now we're gonna go down this way.
I can smell it from here, yeah.
Ooh, about to touch a bug. What is it?
You should know.
Smells good.
Bay leaf. Laurel. The legend says that Daphne, you know Daphne, performed herself in bay leaf to rescue from a island. The god of Arthur wanted to catch her. She wanted to stay virgin. She was afraid to be raped, so transformed herself in bay leaf. As he couldn't catch her, became the favorite plant of Apollo. That's why we still use to crown poets, writers, graduated, because Daphne transformed herself in bay leaf.
Beautiful plant. Okay.
Careful here.
Yeah, you walk into this and have fun. Watch out.
Okay.
You wanna get cut? You're about to walk into.
Oh, almost got her.
Yeah, yeah. Brooke doesn't care. She's like, I just walk right into it.
That's
Oh,
pretty.
nice. Look at this shit over here.
Alex, at some point you're just gonna use it.
I promise you I won't. Well, that was me just stomping hard. I didn't actually trip on that one. I just. All right, look at this. Look at this. This is beautiful underneath here.
The only shade we have in this area.
Yeah, yeah. Whew.
Bamboos tell you that it's so humid here.
Yeah, I'm in Colorado. Well, in the United States, I'm in Colorado. We have no humidity. Very dry, very, very dry.
Yeah.
But my parents have a lot of humidity.
So from here, before we go speaking and turn around, you can see better the pillar I was mentioning.
Oh, yes.
Imagine that this
There's
area
the
was
pillar.
covered and you have the pieces of
So
the
this whole area used to be covered over there.
But this part
Wicked
used to
cool.
be in the shade. Huh?
Definitely a really cool shade spot. Let's go look at this statue right here. Wow, look at this, yo. This is wicked cool. Got like a body. Looking like a body. I'm not sure if we're gonna walk down this way or not, though. If we're gonna walk up there or not. But look at that. Whoa. That's wild to see. See what it looks like behind. Okay. I don't really understand that, but that's cool, man. Are we supposed to go this way and then wrap around? Okay. Yeah, so, okay, chat, we're going back to follow the parents. I mean, I hope it wraps around. Oh, we got a cute little dog. Whew, okay. Back in the hot sun, but look, this area is incredible. I'm in Syracuse, Sicily. So, this place is very beautiful. We are continuing on. That is a massive pillar. So this whole thing used to be covered, and then it's all collapsed over time, which is wild. Oh wow. He's coming.
It seems they were not that interested in such things. It seemed to be.
Oh wow. We got some more winged figures.
Figure out what kind of earthquake this had to be.
Just keep going. He'll catch
See
up.
how thin was the piece of the ceiling that
Oh yeah.
collapsed? We are passing under beneath.
Wow. Okay.
They notice us?
This is the ceiling. Yeah, it's collapsed, and now we're about to walk right underneath it.
1693.
1693. Woo. Watch your head.
Yeah. Otherwise, you make the end of the ant.
Yeah.
This is a white magnolia evergreen.
Oh wow. Wow. Ooh, look at this. This is insane.
Was so thick they couldn't collapse.
Yeah, yeah.
But you see, the way they used to do it was to cut and to leave something that could support the swimming, and like a tent. You see?
Yeah.
And now we have water because they couldn't drain.
So now, as you can tell, there's this water in there, which is wild. Look at that. That is wild. Wow. So basically, this has not collapsed. This is so thick. But they haven't been able to drain the water out of there. But that's insane to me. Look how they carved that to get in there. That is so crazy. We have another statue over here. Got a little Spanish house up top.
But it was like that. You can see a hole. That was a canal of water, dried, that the Greeks already excavated, but was dry. So they used this S-shaped canal of water, not in use anymore, to come underground.
Mm.
You will notice inside what is left of the stairs.
Okay.
I told you the size of a step was the size of a block of stone later. Right. And they went underground. This is the year of Dionysius because when Caravaggio, you know Caravaggio, the painter, got here fleeing from Malta, actually noticed the echo of this cave, because this cave is 24 meters high.
24 meters high.
Between, 11 and 5 meters large, but 32 meters long. And because of the length, we have an echo. He noticed this echo. He noticed that at the very end, you will see, of the cave, we have a kind of opening, which is the start of this canal of water. And with his fantasy, the painter Caravaggio imagined that this cave had to be a jail where the tyrant Dionysius the Elder closed his enemies and could hear from that window what they said. But this is just a fantasy by Caravaggio. We never found a description of a jail of the Greek time like that. That is quite amazing, you will see.
So you were saying there's water in there now.
No, because they were not able to drain the rain.
Okay.
It was not thought like this, but in the modern time we are stupid, you know?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like that at all.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. You okay, Mom? Itch? You had an itch? It's crazy how they carved this. Woo. Holy cow. This is insane. You can hear the echo from when she does the paper. And it echoes all through here. It's insane. Look at this. Look, this is massive. This is unreal. Completely insane. Now in here you got people that are kind of making echoes and trying to hear the reverb that's coming off the walls. Wow, look at this. Look how massive that head is. Dude, that's insane to me. Oh wow. This is so crazy right now. And this to think that this whole entire cave was carved out is absolutely mind-blowing right now. Mind-blowing. This is insane right now. I'll say, what's up back? This is wild. Wild. Ooh, that whistle was kind of loud.
That bird, Alex?
What?
Look at the bird, straight up.
There are birds over there too.
Yeah, dude, there's birds everywhere. I don't know what you mean.
All the way up there.
Yeah, birds there, birds there, birds there, birds there, birds there.
That one's name's Timmy.
Nuh-uh, it's a woman.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna be a pigeon, I would be an all-white pigeon. Right, Nick?
You'd be a...
I'm gonna be all white. I'd be an all-white one. If I was gonna be a
I
pigeon.
think you'd be spotted.
No, you would be the spotted one. You got hair all on your chest.
That's not spot. That's carpet.
That's carpet. That's some rough carpet.
Little much.
So you see, like the spine of the fish, they cut the steps. This was sculpted by human beings, by slaves. You can see what is left of the stairs.
Oh, cool.
The opening is there. That's the one opening the link with the next one that we already saw in the same way, like a tent.
I still don't understand how they cut this. Like, you can tell me all day how they cut this,
Chisel
but
or something.
No, she said that they used
Yeah.
trees. Yeah.
they
Take
use.
trees and they would expand.
Well, no, she said it was like trees. They used hemp to cut it.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
they
it's
use-
squares.
Yeah.
So they would use the tree wood and pour water on it and allow it to expand, and then it would take a chunk off of it.
All right.
And then they would take it down.
And they would
I
use
under
the
I
hand to rope it.
no. I understand, but I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like no, it does, because like you can explain it to me all day how they did that, but when you walk in a structure like this and you see this, you're like, how the fuck
It
did
can
they?
mesmerize you, but you understand it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I understand it, but I don't.
Just another head.
There are a lot of heads here. It's kind of like Hunger Games and Squid Games type shit.
Yeah. Speaking of Squid Games, there's something going on in Bangkok right now, Thailand, with Squid Games, and it's the giant like people with the jump rope,
Yeah.
and it's hitting my social media feed like crazy.
Is it part of filming the movie or something? Is that what you're saying, or is it?
I honestly,
Games obstacle stuff that they do now. There's like a reality show based off Squid Games. Yeah, there is.
probably, I don't know. I haven't seen the newest. I watched the first Squid Games when I was in America, but then
The latest season
I haven't
is
seen.
really cool.
Well,
We started watching because so we watched the first 2 seasons, loved it. The 3rd season, they have a game where the people kill each other. Normally it's like they compete in a standard game and then the losers die, but this was the first time that they took the competitors in the game to kill each other.
Okay.
It was like a tag game, and and then they showed a bunch of the people with the masks and all that are supposed to be like upstanding militant, like they're supposed to be like ex-military badass people, and then they showed them like running around like kids in an arcade laser tag killing people for fun. So
damn, okay, he's talking about Squid Games.
It desensitized
Yeah.
killing in a bad way, in my opinion.
Nice.
And it made the main character.
Well, dude, they dropped it.
Turn evil.
I don't know if you got into Fallout, but they dropped I mean, I don't watch movies anymore in my life, but they dropped a Fallout I saw, which looked badass.
Have you ever seen Borderlands? It's kind of like Squid Games, but a little bit more far-fetched.
No, I haven't.
It's wild.
Since I left, I don't watch anything anymore because I'm gonna mute.
Just real quick, I'm gonna take their photo.
I'm gonna mute this real quick. I gotta say something. Yeah. My break is.
Still in here.
No, they're walking out this way. All right. I had to mute myself for 1 sec. Well, I watch YouTube. I watch YouTube bloggers. So I guess I do watch stuff. All right, so now we're continuing on.
Screen time usually, right?
Screen time.
I like a dad.
Get out of here.
You too. I love you.
You keep talking like that, you're gonna stop. Good, that's good.
Repeat it. Repeat it.
Ti rendi conto essere un siculo che si appende nella parete.
All right, now we're back in some shade. So, question. A lot of these structures I noticed behind, they're all hollow. Like these and these, it's all hollow. Yeah, empty on the inside. Was it not solid?
Can you imagine how much?
I mean, that would be a lot.
How much bronze and how heavy?
Oh, yeah, good point.
But it's a nice question.
Yeah,
How
because
could they get it whole?
yeah, they couldn't. I mean, they have to get pieces.
They did.
Well, okay.
This is the same way like the ancient Greeks do.
Because it's all hollow right now.
So, it works like this.
Yeah.
Prepare the statues with clay.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and then, okay.
The statue is in clay, exactly like you want.
Yeah.
Then
And then you
cover with wax.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Wax. And the layer of wax that will be the bronze later.
Right.
Then you put both all around
Yeah.
other clay.
I guess I never pay attention to how bronze works.
Okay, then you pour bronze inside
Right, right.
that will let melt the wax
Yeah.
and take the place of the wax
Okay.
and will stay empty.
Nice.
But exactly like you had stamped the statues
Right,
you
right,
wanted,
right.
Had to be perfect in the clay way.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, definitely. So then for some of the.
Otherwise, you couldn't have so much. First of all, you couldn't lift it.
Yeah, yeah. So then I guess
And the waste of metal.
for restoration they come by and then they rebolt it back.
This is modern.
Oh, that's okay.
This is the modern artist, but the way
okay,
of
okay.
preparing. Now this is a modern, the Mitorai.
Okay.
Half
So these are modern.
Polish and half French that worked in Italy.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Now you were tipping around when I told you.
Yeah. It was fun. I did not catch that.
You were taping around.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense.
But the way of making statues of bronze is the same.
Yeah. I guess I've never watched
They
videos.
couldn't make an entire one like that, so
Right.
they prepare pieces of.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they put them together.
Yeah. Because that's what I noticed on the back of that one.
But
How
also
it's.
the Greeks, huh?
Yeah.
Was not a stupid question.
No, I just never really paid attention to how bronze
Would
works
it
and how they
be
make it.
A waste of material.
Yeah, 100%. It would make no sense. It would be impossible to move.
Impossible to move and a waste of material.
100%.
I told you that the Romans were very pragmatic.
Yes, they were.
So most of the statues that we have spread around
Yeah.
in marble,
Okay, yeah.
they prepare the statues of a celebrity, I don't know,
Yeah.
senator or whatever.
I follow a couple of people that
Yes.
carve marble.
Then they needed the statue that was already put in the
Yeah.
ground to change the character.
Yeah.
They took away just the head and replaced a new one.
Okay.
Just changing the head of the
Yeah.
Like we changed the picture of the next
Yeah.
pope or the next president or whatever.
Yep.
They just took away the head and put another one with a new face.
Now we have an American Pope.
I know.
It's wild, from Chicago.
Yeah. Are you proud of?
I am. When I was living in Thailand, I have
Incredible.
I have a buddy that lives from Venice, and I was asking him what he thought. He's like, he's the Pope. It's the Pope.
But
Doesn't
actually
matter
it was,
where he's.
It was very quick. The choice.
It was.
48 hours.
Yeah,
2
it was.
days?
It was fast.
It's fast.
That was wow. What's this?
Incredible. Nobody could imagine.
Oh, we're
that
talking
it
about
would
the
be,
Pope is American. He's from Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah. I was.
who could
Yeah.
imagine, huh?
I have a friend. He's in. I think he's in his 50s. He lives in Venice, born in Venice, and he's somebody I used to hang out with at this shop. And I asked him, like, what do you think about having an American Pope as being an Italian? And he's like, he's the Pope. It doesn't matter what he is. He's the Pope.
What's the artist that took off his ear to give the gift to the woman he loved? What? The artist that cut his ear off. Remember the name? Oh.
How's it going, Mom?
Oh, good.
You enjoying this? It's nice when you get in that little bit of shade. You go shade, sun, shade, sun.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so these bronze statues, if they're all fairly new from a new artist, like how old are they then? Like.
The science is that they should look like an ancient Greek.
Okay, but where I guess is the artist like dead? Is he still alive? Then?
No, he's dead.
Okay.
A couple of years ago passed away.
Okay.
He was born 44.
Oh, 44. Okay.
So, in the shade.
Yes.
Then you can take pictures as long as you want. Over there is the largest theater ever of the Greek time.
Largest theater ever. Okay.
So the theater of Syracuse is the largest ever of the Greek time, not even in Greece. The acoustic is not that perfect because it's not that steep.
Okay.
But the Greeks always wanted to have, at the beginning the theater were parallel, the audience and the stage. And little by little they understood that with the semicircular shape was better for the acoustic. You put on your own.
Be right back.
There were no beautiful ones. Beautiful ones.
So,
Bay of Naxos and Mountain. In towns like Syracuse or Athens, they used to organize festivals like we still do for movies, Hollywood kind.
yeah.
So the Greeks for days during the festivals could sit in the theater from the dawn to the sunset and enjoy a trilogy of 3 tragedies, and at the end always a final comedy. Thank God, only twice a year.
Yeah.
But first of all, they didn't have anything better to do. There was no Sunday, no holiday. They had to work.
Yeah.
The festivals were an occasion to relax, meet people, flirt. They didn't organize them at noon in July, but in spring and autumn to celebrate the throwing of the seeds and the harvest.
Nice.
And plays were structures like our musicals, with music, with ballet. They were not that boring. And theater was propaganda made by the state. That's where citizens were supposed to go. Before they started the performances, the Greeks on little altars downstairs, they used to make sacrifices. That means to make holy, not human beings. Like the Carthaginians from Lebanon used to. When the Greeks defeated them 480 before Christ, the Greeks forbid the Carthaginians to keep on offering human beings to the gods. I told you, not here in the altar, anymore. The word tragedy comes from tragos. In Greek, tragos means billy goat.
Okay.
I would say tragedy is the song of the scapegoat because it's paid for everybody. There was a deep religious meaning in the Greek theater. At last, the performance will start. On a very simple stage, because it was the view. Here we can see the harbor. You could see in the Greek time just 3 actors. At the beginning was 1 actor. The change in masks could interpret all the roles. Not more than 3. Always males. They should interpret also the female roles, like the Japanese still do in the kabuki. Or Shakespeare in Law when women were forbidden to be actresses. If they were of tragedy, they got long tunics, masks that probably amplified the voice too. If not a mask, at least a very heavy makeup. You see the eyes, you see the mouth. That's why we still say sincere. You are sincere if you don't wear a mask. Sin without. Seer, wax. Without makeup, without a mask, you are sincere. Periwigs and shoes with such wedges to look taller than they were. Visible on the stage. They didn't have a screen. Just figures and dressed like drag queens. They couldn't jump, but it didn't matter. They had to impress the public through what they said, and they should be good actors. Because if the public was not satisfied with their interpretation, they could abuse them. If you compel me to stay here from the dawn to the sunset, it must be worthwhile. And when we used to throw eggs or tomatoes, it was more or less the same. But the actors for the Greeks were real personalities. They could tell anything against the tyrant, nobody should touch them. Because through the satire, the power could know how it was considered by the population. And don't imagine that the public was listening to silent and polite. They could eat, they could drink, they asked questions, they made the math. That's why the actors should be good. But when nowadays, during a play, and I often go to the theater, and here in Sicily, just see you out. During a play, several times, a phone rings, several times. And here in Sicily, they answer.
Oh gosh.
Never give a mobile to an elder Sicilian woman. I'm in the theater, call me back. They don't care. But when during the play we send a message or a WhatsApp, and we do. It's the same. They also got special effects. They got holes on the stage so that the actors could pop up like underground.
Nice.
If the plot was too complicated and they didn't know how to go further, at a certain moment they took a pulling. They lifted the actor interpreting the God. And like an angel, swinging and fluttering on the stage, could solve anything, and the story was over. That's why we still say Deus ex machina. Ever heard? The God from the machine. A Latin expression meaning a man in a crisis can solve anything. The machine was the pulley. Zigzag-shaped metal things, special effects. They could let shine in the sun like the lightning of Zeus. Something with metals to reproduce the thunder. All this in the daylight. They couldn't illuminate the scene with torches, with candles. How could they tell? The pattern for the scene was in the night. The director went out and told them, now it's night and it's dark, and everybody should imagine that. The
Right.
music developed, like the soundtracks of other movies, castagne, drums, pantoons, lyres, trumpets. But the aim of the Greek theater was to educate the population to respect laws through moral stories.
Wow.
They call them moral stories. I mean, Medea killed her children, even if each mother thinks at least once a day. You usually don't do.
Yeah.
You survive.
Yeah.
But Oedipus, that without knowing killed the man that actually was his father. Later on, without knowing, for a complicated series of circumstances, had married a woman that actually was his mother. They didn't know, but they loved each other. They got children. And once by accident they both realized the truth, she committed suicide and he took out his eye. Why do you tell me such terrible stories? Because the public has to share the pain of the character, but comprehend that in a civil society, such behaviors are not allowed. No incest, no killing of people. But something cruel like a homicide was never shown on the stage. They could bring a kind of corpse on the stage, but the act of killing was told by the chorus. The chorus was a group of women, 20, 30, that stood on the orchestra. Orchestra, by the way, means dancing, not playing. It's a musical. But the description of the torture by words was worse than to say. How they could take out an eye, open a belly. In CSI, in a couple of minutes, you can see many people killed. What doesn't impress us that much. But if we describe our words, the torture of the Middle Age, of the Holy Inquisition, or just an accident, this can touch deeply inside and causes the cathartic moment, the purification of the population. That's why after a trilogy of 3 tragedies, always a final comedy. Otherwise they were upset when they were unhappy. And this was the theater for the Greeks. The Romans was a complete different story. Only intellectuals could appreciate such boring tragedy, copying in the plot from the Greek ones, changing them to the characters more or less. Common people appreciated much more comedies and mimes. Mimes were like sketches without a real story, but you could see in the woman-time women on the stage, usually naked prostitutes that could lure a lot of public. At the end of the Roman Empire, they forbid the mimes because became excuses to organize orgies among the public itself. But the actors for the Romans were not personalities like for the Greeks, but the dregs of society, the lowest of the low, and the aim was entertaining, not education. And in spite of having changed the theater, for example in Taormina, gladiator games got much more success because they like this one. It's another concept completely. So, I will accompany you quickly where the sun is, just to let you see. It's still in use for performances, mostly Greek plays translated, but also some pop concerts because they are envious of Taormina now. And I will show you something directly there, but I can't keep you in the sun for hours.
Okay.
I was going to ask her if she was going to address it.
Sei sempre stato Marta?
No,
Basta più?
troppa manutenzione.
Troppa manutenzione?
Veduto già 10 anni fa, anche l'ho regalata,
Bravo!
You don't want your sunglasses on? Well,
You will understand why it's called the White Town.
Okay. Yeah.
You need the sunglasses actually to see
Yeah.
why Catania is the Black Town.
Okay, yeah, I know that. Yeah, I was here for the Feast of St. Agatha in February.
Were you here?
Yeah. I was here August, February, and now back again.
In August I saw it, but in February it's terrible.
Oh, February was wild. Too many people. So many people.
You can be
Oh, we were squished. It takes like an hour to get anywhere. But it was beautiful. I got to film it all.
It's not for me.
I met the mayor. I went to like a little private mayor party.
Mayor party.
Yeah. My uncle knew the mayor and got me into.
So you have connections.
I did when I came in. It was very nice. And then in America, I work in the music industry. So I got to work for Andrea Bocelli twice. I never met him though.
first of all, over
Oh,
there you
wow.
can see two caves,
Yeah, yeah.
and there is flashing water. Because
Okay.
they could drink there.
Oh, wow.
It's an artesian well. Missing is the part with columns and
Yeah.
roof to have shade, because the Greeks didn't have shade.
Yeah, yeah.
The Romans in Taormina got the tent to keep the audience in the shade.
Yeah, okay. They just bake in the sun.
You see this ramp of stairs over there?
Yeah.
This brings up to the platform where used to be two temples, I told you.
Uh-huh.
But at the end of this ramp of stairs on the left is exactly where ends the whole of the year of Dionysius.
Oh, wow.
Where the tyrant had to hear what they said. The whole of the year of Dionysius ends there, on top of the stairs.
Wow.
The missing part, as I told you, come further, come further. Now they covered with wood because otherwise we couldn't sit on such stone. But
I can see the stone kind of right there.
Yes, they will dismantle in soon. But
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you can notice that it's sculpted, and you can notice that the part where we sit is higher than the part where they put their feet.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And they used to sit in a very comfortable way, using the knees of the ones they got behind to support their back.
Ah.
You didn't need to know who you got behind you. You just sat and
Yeah, nice.
and you would say. And the last one, it doesn't matter, because if you put your bottom backwards and your chest forwards, is the weight of the one sitting in front of you against your knees that like your back.
Okay, yeah.
So from here you can see a cave.
Yeah.
That you notice is actually excavated, not built. The Greeks weren't able to build arches.
Okay.
Okay? Over there, where other caves are tombs of the Byzantine time.
Oh, wow.
Because this site was abandoned.
Yeah, yeah.
For a while, they used also the Romans for the gladiators, but then they finished to build the amphitheater. Okay?
This is wild. So this is actually still in use today. And they still have some like plays and theaters that go on here, which is very, very cool.
Glenn, if you want to go upstairs this way and again back the stairs, I wait for you in the shade. And if you need restrooms, there are downstairs also.
Wow. Beautiful.
I wait for you in the shade where I explain. And I take advantage of the restroom.
Vicky, where are you going? You going down?
If you want to take pictures, I leave the restrooms down here and we meet in the shade.
Okay.
Where are you going? Up there?
I'll probably go down. Yeah, yeah.
You want to go there?
Let's do it. Alright. Come this far, might as well just do it.
Alrighty, everybody. This is a pretty sweet spot. This whole area is absolutely mind-blowing. It's cool that they still have production going on here. You can see the flight cases over there. You can see the truss, the lighting. I mean, this is right up my alley and what I do for a living. So this is amazing. Really cool to see. We'll go ahead and look at this. As you can see the map on here. Very cool. This is very, very cool. So nice. Okay, so I think I'm about done with the live stream for now. I'm gonna kind of go enjoy my time with my family right now. I think this was very beautiful. I still can't see right now. This was an amazing to film all this and to document this experience. I am in Syracuse, Sicily, so next we'll go to like Noto, we'll go to some other cool places. And I will go live later today too. Right now I'm gonna take a breather, charge my phone up. So for all those that are tuning in, thank you. I hope you have an awesome day. For those that are going to rewatch this video when it's over, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you ever decide you want to come to Sicily and you fly into Catania, then you can for those that are budget traveling, you can take a train down to Syracuse. It's only about like an hour train ride. You can rent a car. We hired a tour guide that picked us up at 8:30 a.m. this morning. That's now 11:12. So thank you all. Tori, Tom, I love y'all. Enjoy. I never know how to end this at first, but I love y'all.